Those efforts have helped locals discover the beauty of their village, and it's even inspired them to involve themselves in preservation work. Together, local residents and children took the time to help build this viewing pavilion. The hardships of farming and fishing and few job opportunities have caused many young people to leave the village for bigger cities. Young couples are often left with no choice but leaving school children with grandparents. Most of the people here today are the elderly and their young grandchildren.
Because of our socioeconomic conditions, the community of Chenglong fits the definition of a priority area. Around 41% of the population lives in families with a foreign spouse or with only one parent, or where children are brought up by their grandparents. That number is quite high, so the population outflow here is typical of a rural village. Young, able-bodied people leave to find work. We're left with the older generation of grandparents. The children here may end up facing cultural and educational differences from children in urban areas.
Local children have had a helping hand from the Kuanshu Foundation, which has committed itself to after-school tutoring and events for students of Chenglong Elementary. The foundation came and explained the wetlands to us. I have children in school right now, and they have summer camps every year. I always make sure my kids go. After school, students become explorers. Foundation workers take them on trips into nature to learn about it up close. And they also learn about their village. After these excursions, children share what they've learned with everyone else to promote appreciation of the village's environment. Many people think our job is about ecological conservation. Actually, our focus is on education. So they think our goal is preserving the wetlands. But in reality, we're educating people about wetlands so that they can view them in a new light. So we have 3 generation classes, one for grandparents, one for parents, one for children. That's to give them a new perspective about wetlands. Then they go and give back to the community by sharing that knowledge. So this is actually a program for community learning. As the environment improved, many birds start migrating to Chenglong come wintertime. There are so many of them now that it can only be described as a festive atmosphere. And every family of birds acts like it owns the wetlands. Northern pintails, northern shovelers, and Eurasian widgeons of the duck family hoard one big area where they happily go about their days. The ducks and geese continue waddling about nonchalantly, even when they discover humans hovering over them with cameras. You can often see them swaggering their tails as they slowly swim away. It seems the Chenglong Wetlands have become a premier venue for avian partygoers. Black-headed gulls rushed over in time to join the party. The gulls have taken fish farms next to the wetlands as their homes, a great place for resting and finding food. There are many species of gulls. The black-headed gulls are easy to recognize because of the black spots on their faces. They are excellent fishers and often put on a show by soaring into the sky before turning around and darting into the waters. They don't get a catch every time, but their flawless motion always puts people in a stupendous daze. Workers from the Kuanshu Educational Foundation also take children to decorate bird houses next to the wetlands after class, bringing a different kind of life to the marshes. That's a black-faced spoonbill. No, I don't know that one.
What's this bird? What's that bird in your hand?
A gosling? There are many small farms by the wetlands, but they are abandoned as the influx of seawater has left them unsuited for farming. Experts invited by the foundation have assessed the area in 2010, however, and they've come up with a plan for soil regeneration plan that uses sesbania to nourish the soil. Sesbania flourishes in Taiwan soil, and it can help in reviving wasteland. Another plan uses thick soil and compost. A layer of organic matter is placed on top of salinized soil to improve the nutrient content of the soil, which will eventually allow the farmland to be used for growing crops again. Thanks to everyone's efforts, the unusable land now has sprouts growing on it. Soon, this one-time wasteland will again be filled with crops, and since plants attract insects, more birds will be coming to the wetlands for food. Another bird here is the black-winged stilt. This bird has a white body with black spots and long pink legs. In fact, it stands rather majestic, wearing what looks like a black and white tuxedo. Once spring passes, ducks and geese start flying north to breed. The gentleman-like black-winged stilts, however, stay here in the Chenglong Wetlands to hunt for food in pairs and reproduce. Their mating period falls between March and May every year. During that time, male birds perform their courtship rituals, dancing around females. After mating, they cuddle cheek to cheek for some quality time. Black-winged stilts typically live in groups. This means that when mating season comes, males must compete with one another, sometimes even fighting for mates. The birds can get rowdy when gathered together. But on land, people busy themselves working quietly on beautiful works of art. Each May, the Forestry Bureau and the Kuanshu host the International Environmental Art Project, which brings local and international artists together to create artwork from local resources. Many artists from abroad actively participate in the event by submitting their works. Faced with so many talented individuals, judges often have a hard time deciding which entries should be chosen as Chenglong's environmental art.
I think number 2 could look more like how the birds here perch. But I'm more concerned about its sturdiness.
A welcome party is held to get artists and local residents to get to know each other. In the courtyard in front of Yunlin Temple, the artists introduce their artistic creations, while the locals bring their own culinary creations to share with everyone. The feast is a happy meeting between East and West. Since they have to use local materials and techniques, some artists may run into difficulties in their projects. To help out, the foundation brings in local experts to show how things are done.
One thing when you cut bamboo, every movement must be completed in 2 steps.
While the artists are busy working away, volunteers from the village and students from the elementary school prepare materials. For many of the children, this is a rare opportunity to meet with the foreigners, learning about the world, and of course, practice their English. This artist from Chile also teaches the children some Spanish. This is a brand new cultural experience for them.
Gracias. Gracias. Gracias.
Once the art has been finished, the next challenge is moving the large pieces of art to the wetlands. This is where the village's strongest and most able-bodied residents become an invaluable part of the decoration project. After the sweat and hard work of creating and moving the artwork, artists and residents alike can enjoy a beautiful background to show it off. The pristine blue sky or colorful sunset of the wetlands on a clear day makes Chenglong a place of both natural and artistic beauty. Even as the sun shines down on summer days, the black-winged stilts gather around the art. Here they begin to build nests. The birds become very territorial during their breeding season. Any bird or human caught trespassing is likely to meet with a warning in the form of a loud squeal and angry charge. The incubation period lasts about 2 weeks, during which the male and female birds take turn warming eggs. On hot days, eggs can easily burst due to the intense heat if the bird leaves its nest, making this a very difficult job for both parents. A newborn black-winged stilt is like a ball of dirty fur. Its body too big and wings too small, the baby bird walks clumsily. It can easily fall head first, leaving its legs and wings up in the air. Because of the inborn curiosity, baby birds follow their mother when she hunts. Parents protect their babies by taking them under a wing whenever danger appears. After just a few weeks, you can see the bird's characteristic long legs, even though its feathers have not grown out yet. It's always endearing to see parent and child on a stroll. But very soon, the little bird will be an adult, and it will go off to live a free, happy life in the wetlands. After years of hard work, the villagers have come to understand the work needed to preserve the wetland ecology. Each winter brings more species to Chenglong, thanks to the abundance of fish and crabs. As of 2012, the wetlands were home to over 1,000 different birds. Birds are nature's indicator of a healthy, friendly environment. After a year of thorough observation, villagers discovered that black-winged stilts have chosen Chenglong as their home throughout all 4 seasons of the year, proof that efforts to improve the environment have shown results. The environment of the wetlands and the hearts of the residents have changed thanks to everyone's hard work. And the community's newest residents, the black-winged stilts, have given their efforts a passing grade.